Welcome back. We finished the bobbin case comparison, and the only case that we stitched with was the last case that we had problems with. As I was thinking, that's not really a good comparison to not stitch with the others. So we're going to go through all four of the cases. We're going to check the tension of the case, and we're going to stitch with it. So we'll actually have a comparison of the stitch quality of all four cases. This one's a little bit high. Let's cut this so we can get it manageable again, and we're going to loosen the tension just a hair. And you'll see also I'm wearing a neck camera. I feel like a dog now that has their dog collar on, but maybe this will help you guys see a little bit better. As long as nobody tries to send me a license, I'll be okay. What the? Okay, I've got something wrong with my bobbin in this one, because it shouldn't be pulling that hard. Clean. Threaded properly. Let's try it again. Definitely too loose at about 16, so I need to tighten it back up. It doesn't really take much to tighten these. Have to go some more. Again, they're about 21. Let's give it a little bit more. About 25, so I just need to go a hair left. Okay. Again, we'll remove the thread and go again. And sometimes this may take a couple tries. With my quilting machine, I do this by hand almost every time I change bobbins. Because it does shift, but I don't use a gauge with that one. I just put the bobbin thread in and hold the bobbin by the thread and see if it moves on its own when I hold it, and just kind of bounce it just a hair. And there we go. Okay, we've got that one adjusted. So this one is set to approximately 22, 23. We're going to go ahead and do the next bobbin case and see what we get. And once we do all of these, then we'll go through and start doing the stitch samples. Okay. In a case where it's that high, I'm just going to pop the bobbin to make sure that everything's okay. And it looks to be. So we'll lower it. Want a hair much. Seems like that little bit that I moved, it made a big difference. Let's go back down just a little bit and see what we get. It just doesn't feel right in there. We're just going to do it again. This one's being a little bit of a pain to get adjusted. Let's try it again. Something just feels weird with this bobbin case because it's just locking right up. No, thread's spooling off pretty good. I don't see anything. Okay, that's better. Let's go down just a little bit more. And I didn't turn it very much at all because we were real close. It feels like it's catching every little bit. But according to the gauge, when it goes up taller, I'm going to show you again, and for me too, to make sure that it's pretty close. Now I've got to tighten it a hair. I'll tell you one thing, I'm not used to having it be this fussy with my quilting machine. You know, I mean, that's just totally by eye, and you know, and then I look at it as I'm quilting and see how it reacts. Yep, I gotta tighten it up some more again. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of getting a little bit frustrated. Still not there. It's still loose. It's sitting at 20. $25, $26. Let's try it down, see if we can get it right into the range. I mean, if it makes that much of a difference between 23 and 26, I really don't know. I mean, I wouldn't think it would. I mean, I'm not that fastidious with my quilting machine, so. You believe this? We went down, and now we're having to come back up a little bit. Okie dokie. It feels like it's pretty good coming off the spool, but off the bobbin, I'm sorry. this bobbin's catching, and it's giving me a hard time getting a good, consistent reading. You know, it's kind of frustrating. We're going to let it go there at 24, 25, 26. But I will say, this bobbin, kind of frustrated in because of the issues with getting the tension set right. Let's try this bobbin. Whoa. Kind of getting slick in my fingers. That feels good. About 19. Let's tighten it up a little bit. You can tell I'm being a little bit clumsy fingered right now. Okay. Let's go again. $23, $24. This one came in right easy. Now we're going to go to the last one. And really, I haven't checked any of the bobbin tension on any of these. I just kind of, when the machine comes in, check it out, clean it. I pull the bobbin cases out and kind of put them in a general area, and then when I need a bobbin case for a machine that I'm sewing with, I just go grab a bobbin case. So maybe that's not good on me, but ooh, boy, that one's real tight. It was up around 40. Drop down to 35. Let's see where we are now. I know I'm getting a pretty good pile of thread over there. This one had a catch too. Let's go again. $25, $26, $27, $29. Let's go down just a little more. And it's not taking much of a movement on the screwdriver to have an effect. See what I mean? See that catch? I'm wondering if there's something dirty or burr in this area. I can't say for sure. Would it surprise me if there were burrs in that area? No, it wouldn't. Yep, see. Something's definitely catching. But it didn't do it on the first case and the third case. It's just doing it on the second and fourth case. And I can feel it catch. Right there. Let's look at the thread. How it was wound. Maybe you can see with me. That's coming off pretty clean. I don't feel a catch. I thought maybe it was the way it was wound. I don't really see anything. Let's put it back in and see what happens. Wait a minute. Right there. You see that? See how it's winding under each other? That could be the problem. Okay, let's pull this out and see if that will solve that weird issue. There we go. Let's see now. That's better. Maybe that's all it was. Frustrating. Let's see. Beautiful. 23, 24. Right on the money. So we've got this bobbin case set good. Let's go back through them and check them again, since there was an issue with the bobbin, which kind of surprised me, but you know, I guess it can happen. Anything's possible. Okay. 24, 23, that one's set right. Let's go to the next one. About 28. So let's go down just a little bit. We'll cut it and do it again. You see that? Still running high. So was it really our bobbin that was acting up on this one, or is there actually an issue with the... Okay, now it went down to 20. We'll give it just a hair. Okay. Let's try it again. About 21, 22. I want to give all these as fair a chance as I can, so we actually see. Let's try again. 22, 23. There we go. Now let's go back to this one. Okay. I'm getting a pretty good rat's nest over there. This one's real smooth, but it's at 20. Let's bring it up just a little bit. Let's clip it again. There we go. Right on. So we've got all 4 bobbin cases finally at the same tension. And you can see my rat's nest right here. Now we're going to go to actually sewing with the machine. It's kind of confusing because I've got plugs for 66s and 66 and 99s are the same plugs. So.
You want this one off?
Let's thread this one back up again. We'll put it in and we'll do a stitch. Thread light. Let's pull my bottom thread up. And you can see the fabric we're going to be using. We'll get a little bit of a decent stitch out of it. You can hear my cat in the background. Actually, my wife's cat. He's a little bit upset we haven't paid attention to him. And we're going to go a little bit so we can get a good stitch comparison. Okay. That was stitch case 1. Yeah, see the bottom's messed up. Then it levels out. And you can see it messed up towards the end. because this is the end of it, and this is the start. Okay. Let's pull that bobbin out and see what the next one does. Boom. Let's pull the thread again. And let's start the same place we started before. Let me just cut my tails off. Let me cut the tails here, and then we'll take a look at the stitches. Those look pretty consistent throughout. Let's go to our third bobbin case. There we go. Hey, Sam. Oh, our cat's, one of them's name is Sam. Now Toby wants in on it too.
I think they're hungry.
I think they're hungry too. I don't know what time it is, but it may be that time. Okay, let's give this a shot. What happened? Didn't quite feel right. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay. Let's take a look. Okay, this is the last set of stitches we did. And this is the last set here on closest to us. Okay. Let's go to our last bobbin and see what it looks like. just pull the thread up. And let's give our fourth and final thread a go. Let's see how it does at all different speeds. Okay. There we go. Boom. Carrying some thread over with me. Let's move that out of the way. Okay. And that is the last stitch that we did. Sorry about this, I'm trying to pull it through so you can see it. Now let's look at the back. What we're going to do now is I'm going to tell you actually which bobbin was which stitch. Oh, I got to pull the bobbin out for the last one. Boop. Okay. This first stitch here, where you see we went halfway, probably 9/10 of the way through, and all of a sudden I get squirrely. Would you believe that was the original bobbin? That was the Semanco bobbin. So, something to think about. Okay. This next stitch that we did, looks pretty good. But I do still see orange peeking up in it from the knots. Let's look at the back. Pretty nice. That stitch was made with the $80 aftermarket bobbin. And you'll also remember that this is the bobbin that we had some difficulty getting the proper tension on. Now let's look at the third row. I can see more orange being pulled up on the knots. But it seems to be consistent. It's not like it's going up and down. Let's look at the back. Back looks pretty good too. Okay. This was the $18 bobbin from Amazon. And this is the bobbin that worked. So now we're going to go to the last bobbin, and you can figure out which one it is. Looks pretty consistent with the other bobbin for tension where it's not shifting, because the knots look to be formed fairly consistently. You know, tension doesn't look like it's been shifting. Now let's look at the stitches on the back. They look pretty good too. And this bobbin was the $18 bobbin that we had to file down and refinish the edge to get it to fit because it was too big. I don't know if you'll be able to see it here, but this is the edge that we worked on. Pretty shiny, huh? And it ran real good. If you look at, yeah, there we go. If you look at overall, you know, stitch quality and consistency, for me, I'm going to say the $18 bobbins actually outperform the more expensive bobbins. And the reason I'm saying that, if you look right here, you had no orange really, and then all of a sudden you get these orange knots popping up, kind of go away, pop back up, and just follow it down through. You'll see them coming up and down. And then the original bobbin did pretty good, but then all of a sudden, look right here, something went strange with it. You know, it seems like it really messed up. But if you look at the aftermarket bobbins, yes, the knot is pulled to the surface on these two last stitches, but look at the consistency. They're all pretty much at the same point, at the same level. You don't see them going up and down. For me, adjusting for a stitch where the knot stays in one position, I can adjust with the upper tension a whole lot easier than if my knot is peaking and not peaking, peaking and not peaking. That's more troublesome to adjust, you know, because how do you adjust it? You know, do you adjust it for the high peak or the low peak? But, you know, I think this kind of carries our bobbin case comparison to a close. And it's pretty interesting. It actually had some endings that I wasn't expecting. The worst performing case was the original. Kind of against everything you hear, isn't it? And that's the one that came in so easy when we measured the bobbin case tension. The high dollar aftermarket, you saw how much trouble we had getting the bobbin tension set properly. Yes, we did have a issue with the bobbin wind of the thread, but we had that issue before we fixed it, and then we went back through from here through here, all of them again, and again we had problems with this one holding a consistent tension. These two $18 bobbins, once we adjusted them and fixed them, were consistent. You know, this is just the information that I've learned. You know, try it yourself sometime. See what you come up with, because I'm kind of curious. This has left me asking more questions. It's also left me a little bit more comfortable with a $18, $20 bobbin if I'm willing to put a little bit of effort into it to get it to run right. So it's a happy new year. I wish you all the best in the new year, and we'll see you in the next video.